Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
All right, so why don't we start off with what you thought of Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness?
Okay. I actually thought it was good. I mean, granted, I had my problems with me and a buddy at work both agree that the second half. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
We both agreed that the second half it jumped around too much, and that was
Yeah.
one of the reasons why that second half was iffy.
Right.
And he said, I forget what part off the top of my head, but he said there was one part I think either in the second or third half that they should have gave to the first half, and that may have helped the movie a little bit better. But I actually enjoyed it.
Hey, Chris. All right, so I'll wait for Chris to come in. I think he's muted at the moment.
Sorry, guys. What's up?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Good. I'm talking about Doctor Strange because I couldn't wait to talk about this.
Yeah.
So, and we had some bad starts because I had to work and we kept missing each other. What did you think of it?
All right. So everybody knows, and if you don't know, my favorite Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite Marvel hero is Doctor Strange.
Yes.
He's not my favorite superhero overall, but he is my favorite Marvel hero.
Right.
So I admit that I'm a little bit biased when it comes to stuff with Doctor Strange because I really like Doctor Strange. I think that he's one of the more interesting heroes in Marvel.
Right.
I love the first Doctor Strange. The first Doctor Strange is
Same
one of my favorite Marvel movies.
I like it.
It's not perfect by any means, but I think it's right up there with a lot of the other Marvel films for me. My favorite Marvel film is Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Right.
Followed very closely by Infinity War.
Right.
And then I would probably say Doctor Strange is probably those are my top.
Oh, not even Endgame. You just.
Yeah, Endgame has a lot of issues, but it's in my top 5. Endgame is like number 5 in my top 5.
Okay.
So I've seen Multiverse of Madness once. I saw it on opening night, and I went into it knowing some of the spoilers, and those didn't really affect my viewing. I knew a lot of the things that were going to happen. I didn't know a lot of the context of how they happened, but I knew, I didn't know the ending of the movie. I didn't know, something. I didn't know
about it. We knew that there was problems with.
Yeah.
We already talked about this. So, we knew that there was problems with it, with the reshoots and everything.
Yeah. So I have to say this. I liked it. I didn't love it. There were a couple of parts in the movie. I got to tell you, there was one part in this movie that may be my least favorite thing in any Marvel movie ever.
Right.
And it was so bad that it took me out of the movie for like a half hour. The only thing I was thinking of was I can't believe they fucking did that.
Can I ask you a question first?
Yeah.
Was it the part where he thought the fucking Vishanti was a fucking fake book?
No.
Okay.
No.
What was it?
Can we talk? Are we talking about spoilers? Because I've been
waiting
to talk about
this. This is spoiler territory.
All right.
Spoiler warnings, everybody.
Yeah. If you don't want to know, stop watching now. But yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to be very clear here. Okay. I am not what you would call a huge X-Men fan or a huge Fantastic Four fan.
That little tidbit out.
I like both of those things, but I'm not like a super fan with them. Okay, I know how these characters operate though. I've been exposed to these characters for years, but they're not like my go-to heroes. Okay,
right.
Let me say this: if you are a diehard fan of the X-Men or the Fantastic Four, or you're one of the 1,000 people that actually likes the Inhumans, I don't know if you're gonna like this movie.
Oh no!
I knew it. I knew that's where you're gonna go.
There is a part. Okay, I gotta compose myself for this because I thought this was.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk because I'm gonna fucking rip this movie to shreds. Go ahead.
Half of my brain, our brains, we have 2 hemispheres. Half of my brain laughed at this out of the sheer ridiculousness of what happened. And then the other half of my brain was like, who the fuck cleared that?
Right.
Okay. So there's
I saw that a lot.
Yeah, there's literally a part in this movie, okay? Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four is in this movie. I don't think anybody is shocked by this anymore.
Right.
Okay? He's played by John Krasinski, which I think is a great casting. It's a casting that people have, myself included, have wanted to see.
Yeah, same here.
Which I feel is fucking wasted, but go ahead.
Okay, so in the movie, the Illuminati, who are not the Illuminati you're thinking of, they
suck.
They are a different universe Avengers. That's what they are. They're
suck.
not the Illuminati from the comics, okay?
Yeah.
Baron Mordo, who is one of the Illuminati members. He's the Sorcerer Supreme of the Illuminati, right?
Mm-hmm.
He introduces Reed Richards as the smartest man alive.
Right.
Reed Richards, okay? Reed Richards doesn't walk into this room. He teleports himself into this room out of some sort of thing that he made, okay? In this scene, they're judging Doctor Strange because he's coming to their universe and they think he's a threat, okay?
Right.
So everything up until this point, I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'm rolling with it. I'm fine.
Right.
Doctor Strange tells them, I'm not the threat. Wanda from my universe has lost her mind. She's going to come here and she's going to just kill everybody. We have to find a way to stop her, okay? Reed Richards' response is, we are not worried about the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to I want everybody there who's watching this, listen to what he says. He does not say, I am not worried about Wanda Maximoff. He says, we are not worried about the Scarlet Witch. That means he has an idea of what the Scarlet Witch is.
Correct.
And therefore, probably knows how dangerous the Scarlet Witch is.
Which in that universe, she's not dangerous, but okay. I mean, she's not
but
yet.
Even still,
right.
The Darkhold, which is where the information from the Scarlet Witch comes from, basically foretold how dangerous she is, and we know that the copies are basically.
But they just Reed Richards. Look, can I explain something about Reed Richards? Reed Richards is never. He doesn't believe in magic in the comics. He doesn't understand it, and he doesn't. He just doesn't pay attention to it. So. For him to say she's not a threat, he's obviously just doesn't pay attention to magic or anything to do with that, regardless of being the smartest man in the world, whatever. But go ahead.
Okay, so this is not really where my problem comes in, but I'm getting somewhere with this. Okay, so so the scene continues. Wanda shows up. She destroys the Ultron drones, and they're like, okay, so Reed Richards, Black Bolt, Captain Carter, and that universe's version of Captain Marvel all go out to confront Wanda, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they get there, and they're like, Wanda, don't do this. We're not your enemy. Blah, blah, blah. She doesn't listen to them, obviously. She's in her one-track mind of, I got to get my kids back.
Right.
Totally get it. So what does Reed Richards, the dumbass of this universe, what does he say? Wanda, Black Bolt can kill you with one whisper of his mouth.
What a fucking idiot!
Yeah,
right.
I may have went damn in that moment, but I agree that was.
I just did a fucking face palm when he said that. I'm like, this motherfucker's an idiot.
I have never seen somebody telegraph a move that badly before.
Right. You just told her how to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why I have an issue with this, okay? Wanda is not omnipotent. She doesn't know everything.
Right, she doesn't.
She's very powerful. She's a reality warper.
Right.
But she doesn't know everything, right?
Right.
So here's my thing. Do I have a problem with Wanda killing these characters? No, because we know Wanda can do this.
Right.
I have no problem with Wanda in this scene at all. My biggest problem is fucking Reed Richards just being a dumbass.
Dumbass.
Because
but it's not just that, though. I have a problem with them clearing this bullshit.
Well, wait, hold on. Wait. Here's how this scene should have gone. They know Wanda exists in this universe. She has her powers in this universe. Yes, she's not as powerful as the Wanda we know. But she's still pretty dangerous, right?
Right.
The smart move here is Reed Richards being like, well, we can't reason with her. And then he just turns and goes, Black Bolt. And then Black Bolt goes, Wanda, you're dead. And then
But they were setting it up because see that
she would have been dead in 5 seconds.
But this is the
Not even.
Here we go. This is what I noticed during that section of the movie. They wanted to set it up to where the men fail and the two females can battle Wanda.
Well, that's
obvious
thing
too.
I had a problem with, Scott. That's
True.
another. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay,
that's another thing that's obvious with America Chavez.
Here's my problem, right? And then because we're not done with Reed being a dumbass.
No, he's a fucking dumbass. Yeah.
Okay, so Wanda takes away Black Bolt's mouth. Black Bolt panics. His power backfires on him and blows off his head. Right.
Right.
So he falls to the ground dead.
Well, no, he goes to talk in his mouth and he blows him fucking stuff up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, his power backfires on him because you see the tuning fork lights up and
yes.
That's a sign of him using his powers, right? What does Reed Richards do? He goes to grab Wanda.
Yep. And he gets shredded.
Well, before that, hold on. He also mentions he has kids.
Yeah.
He does.
Which her response was, do you have a wife?
Yes.
He's like, yes. Well, she'll raise them now.
Yeah, she says, is their mother still alive? And he says, yes. And she says, good, there will be somebody to raise them.
Right.
Which is a great line.
That's a good line. I love that line. That was a great, but he got beat so fucking easily. He sucks.
Well, here's the thing, okay? And I want to make this clear. We all know that there's no chance that Reed could ever beat Wanda, even at her lesser power. We know that. Listen,
but still, he would last a lot longer.
Well, this is my thing, right? Reed Richards is super intelligent, right? But he's not like super powerful. Like the guy's powers basically put him at like street level.
Yeah.
He's not gonna take down the more powerful beings and Wanda's a cosmic being, obviously. So he's not gonna. Here's my thing. Why the fuck did he go to grab her?
Because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I don't understand. And there's people that are like, oh, he's overconfident. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What overconfident? He's an idiot.
What was he going to do? And here's my other problem with this, right? There's two other things I want to bring up before because I know, Scott, you want to say something, but I wanted to go.
And I'm definitely going to go deep into this, so I'm going to rant like you wouldn't believe.
Right. There's two things that I'm wondering here, right? Okay. So Captain Carter and Captain Marvel, they have just witnessed two of their teammates get completely decimated.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody show an emotion?
No, they don't.
No. Captain Marvel looks at Captain Carter and basically she's like, well, let's get her.
Yeah.
If you looked at him, it's like shits to be them. That was basically
we can handle this. We're women.
Yeah. And so here's my other problem with this scene. It's kind of like a twofold thing, right? There are parts of this fight where Captain Carter and Captain Marvel actually land hits on Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's a part where there's smoke all around, and Wanda is standing there like a moron, going, I don't know where Captain Carter is. And then Captain Carter jumps at her and smashes her in the face with her shield.
Right.
So here's my question. If these two are supposed to be as experienced as they are, why didn't Captain Carter run around in the smoke like she did to distract Wanda? And while she was in the smoke, toss the shield to Captain Marvel. Right. And then Captain Marvel, full force, smashes Wanda in the head with the shield.
Because they're stuck as a team.
Or how about this? Remember the scene where, or better yet, Captain Marvel focuses her blast upon the shield, which reflects upon Wanda.
That could happen
too.
These are the motherfuckers that beat Thanos in that universe?
Well, this is my thing, right?
That makes no fucking sense either.
Why didn't Wanda, when she was like, okay, she just killed Black Bolt, she just killed Reed. Why didn't she just kill all four of them?
Yeah.
Why didn't Wanda kill them?
She could have manipulated them to see
She's toying with them. Wanda was toying with them.
Wanda was toying with them. They legitimately landed hits on her at points.
But but she's powered by the Darkhold. She's healing. She has this thing. She has everything. She can't be killed, kind of like not easily.
No, not easily, but she can be killed though.
She can be, but she's very overconfident. But
there was this scene later on where Doctor Strange is like, "Hey Wanda, if you're in there, you better hold your breath." I'm like,
what are
what?
you fucking talking about, bro? Like, what the fuck?
I'm
Like,
sitting there
okay.
like, dude, first of all, stop telegraphing what you're doing. Second of all,
Yeah.
she's gonna fucking kill everybody. Like, if
See-
you have
see-
the chance to stop her, stop her.
Yeah. I definitely want to say so much.
Because as you
Oh,
remember,
I'm done. I'm done. That was
Are you
my
done? Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So I have, besides Chris, like everybody knows that besides Spider-Man being my favorite superhero, right? Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and Vision, and Hawkeye, and Mockingbird. Like I love the West Coast Avengers. They were my favorites, not as much as Spider-Man, but they were one of my favorites, right? So I'm very, very weary of how they are going to treat Wanda, right? I was kind of against her being a villain. So I watched this movie and I went into it thinking, and I told this to my son Joe, my son Anthony, that it was going to be perfect. I really thought this movie was going to be an excellent movie. I had high expectations. I didn't go into this movie to rip it to shreds. I went into this movie thinking it was going to be the greatest fucking movie. It was going to be one of my favorites, right? Because I felt like they wouldn't do Wanda dirty, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching the movie and I'm like, something's wrong. There's so many things missing. Why is Doctor Strange acting like this? He was the Sorcerer Supreme. He doesn't know that the Vishanti exists, that it's real. But didn't he mention the Vishanti in the first one? Didn't he use powers from the Vishanti in the first one? How could he not know this? Right? Wait a minute.
Sam Raimi even mentioned this. He says,
I want to get to that. Hold on.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that. So then I'm like, why the fuck is this character, America Chavez, so fucking unique that they're pushing her over like a wrestler, trying to get her over as the main fucking thing of this show, right? Oh, because she has two mothers, and it's because of the gay and lesbian community, and she's got to be the woke, and she's got to be the most powerful fucking thing because her mothers are lesbians. So here's my thing, okay? I'm studying this, I'm watching this, and I'm like, why is that Wanda not mentioned? That not only she lost her children, but she lost her fucking husband, the love of her life, and she's not,
and her brother too.
No, but not that, not the brother things. That's a while ago. What I'm talking about is WandaVision wasn't just about the kids; it was about Vision, because WandaVision, he was the main part of that, right? So I was like, something's wrong, something's missing, right? And I was telling Chris, I hated it, whatever. Finally. We're going to say yesterday now, on May 9th, Sam Raimi came out and went to this, the reporter, and he said, I heard Doctor Strange choose chances. He was ignorant. They told him he had to see WandaVision in its entirety. That is all the homework that he had to do, right? Yes, if he's going to write for Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, of course you got to watch Doctor Strange 1 and, But here's the thing. In his arrogance, he just listens to the cliff notes that they gave him that her kids are everything to her, right? So as he's filming, it's getting to 50%, it's getting to 75%, it's almost done. Somehow, he didn't realize how, but he found out stuff happened from WandaVision that he fucked up, basically. And then when he found out about this stuff from WandaVision, he's like, I just fucked the movie. And then all of a sudden they got to do reshoots and everything else, right? But it's too fucking late, right? You can't make new contracts. You can't bring in fucking the Vision now all of a sudden, right? So she's acting not like the Wanda we know from. So here's the thing. He's old school. He doesn't realize that people are going to have to watch Disney Plus that's going to be directly connected to the series. So here's the situation where he did not do his homework. Now, I got to tell you, Sam Raimi is one of my favorites, okay? But Scarlet Witch is one of my favorites. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be brutally fucking vicious with this. And I'm going to go totally against Sam Raimi. And I'm very sorry about this, but I'm not going to fucking give him a pass, okay? I don't give a fuck if he did Spider-Man 2, my favorite movies of all time. I don't give a fuck. Because he got lazy and he didn't listen to fucking directions. If you're going to write this movie, they told you had to see WandaVision. They fucking told you, okay? You also should know, even though Doctor Strange is your favorite character, fucking Sam Raimi, watch fucking Doctor Strange 1 to see if he used a fucking Vishanti or whatever. Don't make him look like a fucking idiot, right? he definitely admits he fucked this movie up. Like, he didn't do his homework. He didn't do his homework, right? So knowing that I'm right, and now he just flat out confirmed he fucked up. My question is, how the fuck, now did Marvel fucking flip out and say to him, what are you doing? That's why the reshoots happened? Because they still didn't, so they just didn't know that because he fucking sent it to the magazine now, yesterday.
The reshoots allegedly happened because apparently they had so many cameos in the movie that they felt it was taking the attention away from Doctor Strange and Wanda.
But he was a side character in his own movie anyway, though, right?
I don't really agree with that. I think he was actually okay.
I thought he was only there to push America Chavez.
My biggest issue with Strange was, again, and I really do feel this. I mean, this is the same guy who fought Thanos with 4 Infinity Stones. He didn't win, but he put up a hell of a fight against Thanos.
Correct.
I understand.
Well, why isn't he Sorcerer Supreme now? I don't understand this. What is the rule according to MCU? First of all, even though he got zapped, he was the Sorcerer Supreme. He got zapped. He came back, correct? Right?
Yep.
So he came back. So why the fuck is Wong still Sorcerer Supreme? Even though there's a technicality and everything, don't tell me you got to die.
You know what it is?
The mantle of Sorcerer Supreme. He should be Sorcerer Supreme.
They played that as a joke, and now they're like going all in on it. And
but there's no reason for it. We have a movie.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We're not gonna have Wong's Sorcerer Supreme movie. Okay, Wong's listening to him as if he's Sorcerer Supreme. Why is this happening? He should be so. Yeah. So that's a big gripe right there. Two, like he realizes that Wanda fucking sent the demon to kill his other self, and that she fucking knew her name, and he's like, fuck, right? And then she's talking to him like a villain. You got so many hours to turn over. First of all, why is she fucking talking like this? And my whole point is that he didn't watch WandaVision, and I'm sorry, but you have to, because she changed completely because of that. And yes, okay, you could say the Darkhold possesses her, right? But now, how the fuck do you explain she doesn't even fucking mention Vision at all, other than his idea of the multiverse? Like,
you know
that was a major part of WandaVision.
Oh yeah, and you know what's crazy about that too? Vision wasn't even in any of the pictures from the other Wandas in any of the other universes.
Nothing.
So did these kids just appear?
Correct. That's my point. He's the fucking father. And here's another thing, right? If this universe is connected to that, right, then her Vision would have had to die at the hands of Ultron, like that whole thing. Not Ultron, I'm sorry. At the hands. So she would have had to have been with the Illuminati fighting Thanos.
He didn't though, because Thanos in that universe, I'm almost certain, if you look at the Infinity Gauntlet on his hand when he's dead in that scene, he doesn't have the Mind Stone.
Okay, but here's the thing. So how the fuck did Vision die? From Thanos?
Well, here's the thing. We don't even know Vision died.
But he's the fucking father. She didn't.
Exactly.
The whole purpose was, what was the first thing she did when she brought him back to life, right?
Yeah, then she had the kids.
He's the purpose of WandaVision, him. And then she had the kids. It wasn't that she just went there to have kids.
No.
So, like, they fucking fucked this movie up, right? And then her fucking other self, like the kids get scared with her, right? She yelled at her kids too, and then she realized she was like a monster, right? But like her other self had to touch her fucking face, and what'd she say? Love yourself or something?
No, she said know that they'll be loved.
Know that they'll be loved or whatever,
like
right?
Kids, like know that like your kids are gonna be loved with me here.
But that's her kids. But she'd be nice to herself, even though she put it through the ringer, right?
Yeah.
But this is another thing that drives me nuts, right? That was like a cornball fucking thing to do, right? And, I learned my lesson now, right? But here's the thing. There's no way she could travel to 1 billion universes in 5 minutes. I don't give a fuck how powerful she is, and destroy every single Darkhold in every single universe. For him to say that as a fucking sorcerer, that she was able to travel to 1 billion, even if it wasn't 1 billion, let's say it was 1 million, right? Or thousands. How the fuck she still has to possess somebody to get in there? She can't just go in there, right? So she would have to physically take over every single Scarlet Witch in every fucking universe, destroy the Darkhold, because she can't just go there. She's not that powerful, right? So how the fuck is she going to every single universe in existence to destroy the Darkhold? That's
well,
one.
they made it sound like because she destroyed that mountain that it destroyed every copy. But here's my question, right? Does that mean that the mountain only exists in the MCU Prime universe and everywhere else is?
That's what. No, it exists everywhere. Mount Wundagore is fucking where the High Evolutionary is, right? And he's the one that fucking in the comics, right? He raised her and her brother with his animals that he created, right? That's what that is, right? But she's the daughter of Magneto and Quicksilver, and Quicksilver's the son of Magneto, right?
Her brother, yeah.
Right, son of Magneto, right? So like that's the tie right there, okay? But the thing is that besides the fact that she destroyed every Darkhold, right? She destroyed the Darkhold so nobody could go and use the spell to go and into Daywalk or whatever.
The Dreamwalk. Yeah.
But you would also destroy every other spell in there, right? Every spell in there. Nobody could use the Darkhold because the book is destroyed. Even if you knew the spells, right?
Because basically the Darkhold,
the power source is destroyed.
Like they said, basically that location, that was the focal point, and the book was like a limit.
But if the book is destroyed, you can't cast any spells. The power's gone, right? He should not have the third eye because the Darkhold's destroyed. Even though you could say it is cursed, the book doesn't work anymore. That's the purpose of her destroying it, right? Is so that way
allegedly what they're saying now is that there are remnants of it that still exist in some people, and one of them being Strange, who is not being corrupted by it because this was another issue I had. So we have that cornball ending with Strange getting the third eye on his head, and it looks like he's being possessed. Not 2 minutes later. Yes. He's in another end credit scene where he's just like, I got control of it.
This is how the editing just sucks. The editing just sucks. They just fucking film shit. They know what the fuck they're filming.
I literally, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, so I guess this isn't a problem now.
Right. I guess not. You waited a week. But another thing now, it looked like a B movie, something out of fucking, you would see on fucking Channel 11 or something, like fucking Cleopatra 2525 and fucking Jack of all trades and Hercules and Xena, right? All of a sudden, Clea, it looks like she's a fucking B movie TV show, fucking Clea. Like, they didn't spend any money. It was like whatever she was wearing was ridiculous.
You know what was crazy? Right? She's got some wand thing that can cut a hole in the fabric of reality and go to other universes. You know what that means?
That means that the whole American Chavez says things is pointless.
American Chavez is pointless. And B, we could have been like, hey, Wanda, just take that from her.
Right. Right? So at this movie, I'm sorry, and I am biased with the MCU stuff, right? This movie sucked ass. I'm sorry, in my eyes. Look, it's a great horror movie. Sam Raimi, great job, but guess what? I'm mad at Sam Raimi, one of my favorites, because he didn't do his homework. He admitted he fucked up. And here's the thing, mate. I'm not making excuses for him. You know, he had a bad time with Marvel. They had a big fucking breakup. They fucking screwed him over with Spider-Man 3. He fucking quit on Spider-Man 4 because they tried to fucking do that shit again. When they asked him to fucking do the movie, he probably was the dick. And he's probably like, all right, I'll do it, but I don't need to fucking listen to you because I'm fucking Sam Raimi. You know what? He fucked up.
It's basically what you're saying. It's his covert way of going, I'll do the movie, but
fuck you, I'm doing what I want. Right, I'm going to fuck. No, not that he meant to screw it up.
I know.
Screwed it up. In his arrogance, he screwed it up. And he knows he can't blame anybody else but himself.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's the box office is killing it. So,
but it's not. Okay, but here's the thing, right? It's going to drop off.
It's going to drop off, but did you see the
massively
that they have?
They think it's going to do $1 billion.
Dude, it's already on track to do that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If the movie, but if the movie was done right, it would have done way more than that.
Well, I mean, that's hypothetical. I mean, we can't.
That's hypothetical. But you know what, though? When people
that really like
people are going to fucking question this. I'm telling you, this thing's going to drop off.
They already are. They already are. But my thing is this. There's two things that I wanted to bring up because I think that, one of them is valid. The other one is just kind of my speculation and idea. I got to tell you, I'm so happy that the rumors of Tobey Maguire and Wolverine being in this were not true. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Wanda.
She would have killed Toby. I would have been fucking
If
pissed.
she would have killed Tobey Maguire, I would have been like,
done.
this bitch has to die. I don't know. I don't care if she ever.
Oh, me too. Listen. Spider-Man's first and foremost. I'm sorry. As much as Wanda's one of my favorites, Spider-Man is my favorite, and I gotta tell you, you don't fucking do shit like I would. Yeah. Remember how we thought that Toby was gonna die in No Way Home, and I'm like, that better not fucking happen.
Let me tell you this, right? Right. Not only would she have probably killed him, they would have made it fucking brutal, and I would have been like, nah, man, it's not happening.
Yeah,
like, no. But here's my other thing. This is the more speculative side of my brain, and this is obviously not. I'm not holding this against the movie or anything. I just think this could be funny because if you're a heavy Marvel fan, you know where I'm going with this, right? So Reed said before he was, turned to spaghetti that he had kids.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my thing, right? Who is the poor schlub who has to go to Miss Fantastic's house, Sue's house, right? And go to Franklin and
Christine.
Be like, your dad's dead.
Christine, she worked for him.
Yeah. And then Franklin's like, no, my dad's not dead. And then Reed comes walking through the door like, I guess I'm okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because here's my thing, right? So
Franklin's the most powerful mutant.
Yeah. We tell Franklin now, hey, listen, an alternate version of Wanda came and killed your dad. And then he's like, all right, now I got to go find her.
That's why he could bring her back to life to kill her.
Oh, man. You want to talk about an incursion? You want to go there? We're going to have Omega level Franklin. We're bringing Galactus back to life and being like, to be my Galactus.
And Franklin's Franklin's grandson is fucking Hyperstorm, which fucking tortured Doctor Doom and Reed Richards, and fucking basically beat Galactus. It was crazy.
Could you imagine, right, if like Franklin was in the facility when Wanda showed up and he has his little, like cowboy guns, and she's like, "I'm gonna kill everybody." He's like, "You better get out of here."
She's dumb.
Oh man,
she killed Professor X also, which that was fucked up.
That just made my skin crawl when she did that.
Why couldn't he just fuck up her brain with his mind?
I don't know. I don't know what the point of this was my thing. Like, I know that Professor X can read people's minds, but I love how he totally flipped on Strange and was like, "Nah, I trust her. It's fine."
Oh, I like that though. But you know what? The best part of the fucking movie was like one of my favorite parts was the fact that Doctor Strange's like, Mordo, he's a fucking dick. He said fucking, and then he fucked. I'm telling you, when they fought. And Strange all of a sudden knows fucking kung fu and all kinds of shit. Is beating his ass. I'm like, this was the fucking best shit I've ever seen. Right? One of my favorite shit. Fucking, and this is why I was like, you need this and fucking, you need Mordo back in the Doctor Strange movie. Beat the fucking shit out of this motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Beat his fucking ass. Okay? Jesus.
And I got to tell you though, what my favorite thing in this movie was. And I really hope that
Kang the Conqueror's Ramatut and Scarlet Centurion and I'm sorry, go.
I really hope that they make some kind of statue of this though. But I loved the friggin' zombie Defender Strange.
Yeah,
with like all the undead souls as his cape.
That was great.
Oh, that was so cool.
I didn't like the note battle, the music note battle. That was like Cornball Evil Dead.
I thought that was cool.
That was Cornball.
That was real cool.
That was Army of Darkness, Evil Dead Cornballness. That was so stupid. That was stupid. I don't like.
To me, that made the movie, that battle, just perfect. I'm sorry.
So we could have an incursion. We could have now Sue Richards and Thing and Human Torch. Just fucking go after Wanda with Franklin Richards. And here's you see the other thing they mentioned? That he made a quick reference to Reed Richards, right? That he knew. Didn't you go up in the 60s? Didn't they say something like they disappeared in the 60s?
Well, he said, did you guys chart in the 60s? He was making fun of them like they were a band.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he made a reference that their rocket went up in the 60s and they went to a top. Okay, because I thought because maybe they're trying to make it a thing where they disappeared in the 60s and they come back and they have
remember in the first Doctor Strange,
or something like that?
remember in the first Doctor Strange when he's performing surgery and he's asking the other, like, the nurse there to be like, hey, give me like song trivia. Strange has a thing for like classical music.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say classical music, like classic music, I should say. And so that was him kind of like poking fun at the fact that they're called the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan. I just mentioned in comments to these guys in here. And again, I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan, and with Evil Dead and Spider-Man, but he pissed me off because, and again, there's no excuse. If you're given the keys to the kingdom on Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, and you fuck up and you don't follow the source material, like, then you're gonna fucking basically fuck up the movie. And he definitely fucked up the movie. And not that he meant to, because he felt really bad in that article, right? He fucked up. And my whole thing I said on Twitter is, all right, you fucked up, right? Now this movie's gonna do phenomenal. You should fix it, and you should do a Scarlet Witch movie, but you have to see WandaVision, you have to see everything, and then you need to somehow explain that maybe the Darkhold, when it was possessing her, made her forget the vision, kind of, or stuff behind it.
Here's a thought. Do you think when it comes to DVD, they may fix a lot of this stuff?
No, they can't fix it. They can't fix it.
I think the only thing they could do was be release a director's cut with the 20 minutes that they cut, but I don't think that's gonna.
Listen, she should have. Her quest should have been with the Vision also involved, not just the kids. He's the father of her fucking children. Like, she loved him. She was miserable. She was dying inside. How could you not include him?
This was another issue I had, right? And again, I know that there is a certain arrogance with Strange, like that's just his character.
Yeah, I know, but
here's my thing, right? Here's my issue. I had an issue with this scene, right? When Strange goes back to Kamar-Taj and he tells everybody, yo, Wanda's going off the deep end. She's coming here for America. We got to get ready. And Wong is like, oh, this is a being that can rewrite reality at will, blah, 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 blah. What is Strange? Wong tells him, don't go up there and piss her off. What's the first thing that Strange does?
Pisses her off.
Your kids didn't exist, Wanda. You got to let them go.
See, that's, I don't fucking...
So this is the equivalent of telling somebody who has like crippling anxiety to just calm down. I don't fucking get, like, he's just, maybe it's because it's the doctor in him, the fucking, that he just has to tell people they're gonna die or something, and he just has they kept saying no bedside manner, like, maybe they kept saying this thing like Strange has to hold the knife, and I'm like, I get it, but like this is now him taking the knife and stabbing his patients, like. I
don't understand, like, how he just fucking was cold with her with that.
Wouldn't it have made more sense for him to fly up there and be like, listen, Wanda, I know what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. I will help you find a way to get your kids back.
They work together, like
the way.
They work together.
Wait, hold on, right? And he says that, and then she's like, no, man, I'm doing it this way. That shows how unreasonable she actually is.
But he didn't go to help her or nothing.
I know. Instead, he was just like, bitch, your kids don't exist. And she's like, well, now I'm pissed.
You know what gets me upset, right? The point is that you and I know they do exist. Like, they're in, like, how could you get it wrong, right? And everybody got it wrong, right? They do exist. And they not only exist in the MCU, they exist in all these other universes, which means they exist, right? So it wasn't that they just go away at magic. They're fucking existing. And probably what happened is in our universe, the kid that has the magic, right, zapped them out of there, I believe, right? Because they're going to show up again, like sometime down the road.
Potentially. So at least what they were implying. At least what they were implying in this movie is that they only existed in this universe because Wanda created them that way, but in other universes they were actually born like
that doesn't make fucking sense. That's stupid.
You know, I just don't understand why like literally, like you're dealing with one of the most powerful beings in existence, and your first thought is, I'm gonna piss her off.
But that's the whole thing. They went through so much together, right? In Infinity War, right? And in Game, like, why couldn't he be nice to her? And like, let me try to help you find a way. Like, I don't understand.
Well, yeah, That's what I mean. Like
It's
from a
so
narrative
close.
standpoint-
Like, what the fuck, man?
From a narrative standpoint, again, I know that she's corrupted by the Darkhold. She probably wouldn't have listened, but at least it would have been like, hey, man, Strange offered her an olive branch.
And he went to her first, right?
Yeah.
For help, and he found that she's the goddamn fucking murderer. Like,
well, that's another thing, right? Okay, so he goes to see her, and she gives herself away.
Right.
Like, oh, you didn't tell me her name. I'm like, so did we literally just have a Scooby-Doo villain moment here?
Yeah.
Like for real?
I don't. Here's the thing, and you can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm a fan of Doctor Strange, not like you, right? But I felt they insulted Doctor Strange a lot in this movie. Like they made him like a stupid fucking man fuck. Like he's a stupid fuck.
There were points in this movie where I was like, what the hell?
What are they doing to him?
My thing is, I would have liked to have a like maybe a little bit of a battle between him and Wanda, similar to how he fought Thanos. He has to lose, I get that, but at least show okay, he can kind of hold his own, but she's just so much more powerful. I get it, but he didn't do much against her in this movie. It was just kind of like, well, we got to go, and I was like, okay.
Well, I have a question for you because maybe I saw it too fast, but didn't Wanda kill like every fucking sorcerer there was except for Wanda? Like they're all gone.
No, she took them out, and then they were basically all like passed out, and then that's why she had hostages there.
Because at the end, I'm like, why are these motherfuckers around? Like
well,
I was like, I thought they got wiped out.
I have like my headcanon is that there was a part of Wanda within our Wanda that was like, I'm doing.
No, I'm not going to kill him. Right.
Yeah, and holding her back. I think that, but here's my thing. Where the fuck was that Wanda when she shredded Richards and blew?
Yeah, I mean, she made him fucking spaghetti. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm mad about the Professor X thing because I'm like, well, and the Reed Richards thing because I love the X-Men and I love Fantastic Four. But if you mean to tell me that this isn't the start of a war with now Secret Wars, because I'm telling you right now, Sue Richards, the Thing, the Human Torch, the whole fucking Fantastic Four family are gonna come to 616 and they're gonna go to fuck up. Now, and here's the thing, like I said, even if she's dead, Franklin Richards is powerful enough to bring her back to fucking life so they can kill her again. That's basically like what's gonna happen. I mean, he saved every hero in the Marvel universe from Onslaught that time, and he put him in another universe. He created a whole other universe, right?
Yeah.
So
this kid got frustrated when he couldn't solve a puzzle. What do you think is going to happen when they tell him his dad is dead?
This is why his father tried to depower him and shit, because he's like, this motherfucker's going to be the biggest villain in the world. Yeah. And his kids are the biggest villains in the world. Like, his kids, his grandkid, right? They're fucking super. Like, his fucking grandson basically tortured Dr. Doom every day within an inch of his life and healed him to torture him again. Like, he's just no fucking joke.
And another thing too, right? If Magneto is still alive in that universe and he hears that Xavier is dead,
he's gonna go
fucking ape shit. Because he's gonna go ape shit.
Even though they're enemies, they are still friends.
Yeah, they are fucking between them. Let me tell you something. Most definitely, even if he was the biggest villain there is, the moment he finds out Professor X is dead, like he will fucking
look what happened in Age of Apocalypse when Legacy killed him.
Yes.
So like but now like this is the beginning of A versus X.
If you guys haven't read the comics or anything, and you want an example of what I'm talking about here, I know the movie sucks, but if you watch X-Men: The Last Stand, after Charles is quote unquote killed by the Phoenix, even though we know he didn't really die, there's a scene where Magneto is walking through the forest with what's his name? The guy who can control fire.
Yeah.
Pyro. And Pyro's like, oh man, I would have killed Professor Xavier if you gave me the order. And Magneto stops him and he's like, that man did more for mutants than you will ever know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So even though they were fighting against each other, there was still like that's Charles.
But it's not just the Fantastic Four though. The whole fucking X-Men, Magneto's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, they're gonna come to this universe to fight.
The Inhumans, the Sorcerers, even though
Medusa, the White, they're gonna fucking flip it. This is gonna be the A versus X versus E, meaning Eternals, whatever, or Inhumans, whatever. It's gonna be a battle Because there's no way they're not going to. Now they're going to come to our universe somehow.
I'm telling you right now, too. We never found out in that movie who built the Ultron drones. So there is a chance that there is a superior Iron Man in that universe who is going to. He's going to hear about this.
Wasn't that scene cut though? Wasn't that scene cut though?
But the fact that there's Ultron drones there, if there's a superior Iron Man in that universe, he's going to be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Oh yeah,
it's
so weird. It's so. I think honestly, the Illuminati was lying that they kept the location of the Avengers in this universe quiet, because there's no way those motherfuckers beat Thanos. They suck. There's no fucking.
Well, apparently it was Strange using the Darkhold that did it.
Yeah, remember he came back and said, and that's why they had
but like
Black Bolt do the whole.
Maybe I'm just thinking about the comic book.
I'm sorry.
The comic book rules, right? But if the Darkhold is destroyed, they should not be able to use magic from the Darkhold. I mean, that's the way I studied the comics, and I know it's not the comics, okay? We're in a fucking world where the Vulture is omnipotent, traveling from universe to universe, which makes no sense. So, of course, anything's possible. But I mean, I have a problem. I felt the movie was very disrespectful to Doctor Strange. I felt that Doctor Strange 1 was a fucking masterpiece compared to this, and that they showed how special Doctor Strange was. The way the Ancient One talked about Doctor Strange, even in Endgame and all the other stuff, right? That he was kind of smarter than all of them, which he should have known everything about everything. As
American Chavez.
Right, but then in this movie they make him like he's stupid. But in the other things, he's outwitting Wong. He's outwitting the villains. Even the villain that was trained for decades in magic, he kicked his ass, by accident. But he just fucking imprisoned him with the thing, right? Like, he's smarter, he's better, he brings something to the table as Sorcerer Supreme.
I will say this: the resolution at the end of the movie was by Doctor Strange's design. That's why they had that scene where America was gonna go close the portal, and Strange goes, "No, not yet." And that's when Wanda's kids basically did what they did, and that's when so Wanda won the battle, but Strange won the war. And he knew he had to lose that battle in order to win. And he was right. I mean, even if he took America's power, what do? They just keep running? That doesn't do anything.
But she sucks, though, anyway. She's not... They try to make her character like she's the greatest character. She's not fucking great. She sucks.
Well, she's one of these... one of these other tier characters.
You know what the problem is? The problem is when you create a character in comic books, right? You have no idea if the character is going to take off or not, right? And it's a freak thing. Spider-Man's the most popular thing, and this one's the most popular, right? But now, in this day and age, they're creating characters where they're saying that they have to be the greatest character, the most popular character, and they're not. People are not taking to this. Like when you try to force feed American Chavez, right? 99% don't know who the fuck America Chavez is. Even in the comics, people still don't know who the fuck she is, right?
Look what they did. Look what they had to do with her character. They were going to get in trouble because initially her powers were going to be just like the Green Lantern.
That's Ms. Marvel. That's Ms. Marvel.
But still, nonetheless.
Yes. But the point is that nobody knows who the fuck she is. And just like they tried to make the Eternals the end-all be-all, nobody gives a fuck about the Eternals either.
Well, to your point, Scott, you're right. They actually did make Ms. Marvel's powers like the Green Lantern. They didn't,
and that got them into legal trouble too. I heard.
And once they changed it back, they're in trouble yet again within.
They're in trouble every which way. They're in trouble every which way.
Well, I got to tell you. I mean, I hate to say this. I'm not turning my back on the MCU or Marvel or anything like that, but we got to strap in because this is the direction they're going, and you can see that.
Moon Knight was fucking excellent.
Well, let me say this. You can see that with. I mean, I can name off a few examples. We've got what was her name? From the female Loki.
Yeah.
Sylvie.
Right? Sylvie. We've got her. We've got Mighty Thor in this next movie. We've got King Valkyrie. We've got Ironheart.
Wait, hold on. But Jane Foster is going to die in the next movie, supposedly.
I don't think she is, actually.
Okay, we'll see. But all right.
Yeah. You've got, Echo. You've got Kate Bishop taking over.
And people don't even know who the fuck Echo is. Mostly.
You got the Marvels.
All
Even Captain
female.
Marvel can't,
Yeah.
It's not the thing that they're all female. That's not what my point is. They're getting all of these like lower tier characters, and they're putting them into the spots of where the Avengers were, and this is where they're going forward.
But the point of this is that even if they're the Avengers, they're gonna get their fucking ass handed to them.
Well,
Like you're gonna have to bring the original Avengers back, like somehow. They're gonna get their fucking asses handed to them, just like in the comics. They're gonna get their asses handed to them. They're all on the fucking ground, and then out of nowhere, you're gonna see everybody come back, like fucking Captain America and oh shit,
which is
Widow.
But my thing is, do they make it to that point? So what I'm saying is, if these movies take off, they're not going to do that. They're going to push these new characters into the spotlight, and that's going to be it.
Well, okay, so let's talk about this. I loved Hawkeye, right? Mm-hmm. I thought Moon Knight was even fucking better.
Do you want to give our like final ratings for Multiverse of Madness before we go into something else?
I give it a 5.5.
It's funny. My friend who I went with, she said the exact same thing.
5.5. And I got to tell you, that's being kind, because that means that I love Sam Raimi so much that I said I hated this movie purely, but the fact that I didn't get it any lower means that I did, even though it failed, because I consider 6.5 passing, right? Mm-hmm. I am so mad that, to me, this is everything, that you're got another chance to be with Marvel, and regardless of who fought with who or what, never be arrogant about it and do your fucking homework. You're writing and directing your fucking favorite character, right? Because Doctor Strange is one of his favorite characters, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Don't fuck it up. And if you're gonna write for one of my favorite characters, like Scarlet Witch, and you have no idea about anything to do with the Vision at all and all that shit, I'm so pissed about that. I gotta tell you, this is like I think I said this to you already. This is like the Last Jedi for me, right? I hate this movie so fucking much. I just blow my fucking top, right? I just can't contain my fucking anger, right?
Let me throw a scenario.
I'm really fucking pissed about this, right?
Let me throw a scenario out there that might make you even angrier, right? So Sam Raimi said that like he did like a Cliff Notes version of WandaVision, right?
Yeah, he got the Cliff Notes. Oh, Wanda loves her children. Thank you, asshole.
You mean to tell me that nowhere in that Cliff Notes version Vision was mentioned?
Exactly, and not only that.
What the hell?
Elizabeth Olsen didn't say something to him like, what about Vision?
Where's Vision?
Like, yeah.
Paul Bettany didn't. Paul Bettany wasn't like, hey guys, like, am I?
Hey man, like, I'm available. Right? Like, here's the thing. Maybe you're fucking stupid, but WandaVision is not Wanda's vision of her reality. It's the Vision, right? WandaVision. Common fucking sense, but some people don't have common sense. Okay, but but here's the thing: the moment something must have happened, because he said it in the interview. He was just about done, right? And then he was so upset with himself because maybe somebody said, "Hey, asshole, watch the fucking," and then he's watching. And he's like, "Fuck, I fucked up totally." Right? Well, and his words is, "I hurt the movie." You never have people he don't give a fuck. He has to admit that he fucking hurt his own movie, right? He has to admit that in his arrogance he fucked up. And that's a strong thing. I give him a lot of credit for coming out there and saying, I fucked up this movie. Now, even though it's fucked up, it's still gonna do great. But my thing I'm worried about is, right? What if they look at this and say, oh, fuck it, we don't need to pay, fuck the librarians and all the people who keep track of every little thing in Marvel. We don't need that shit.
Exactly what they're gonna do.
We just made $1 billion. Fuck it. Doctor Strange could be a fucking ballerina. Like and fuck it. Now all of a sudden Doctor Strange has a fucking sister that fucking died. And that's what made him become a doctor. Like, oh, here we fucking go. This is this is the same example of fucking how Dr. McCoy in fucking Star Trek became. They said that in Star Trek 5 that his mother fucking was dying and he couldn't cure it, and then he cured it after she died. Like, whatever. Like it
Well,
just.
I was going to say this, right? It becomes an even slipperier slope, where maybe Feige doesn't have as much control as we think.
I probably. Well, here's another thing though, too, right?
Because he would. Wait, hold on, right? Like, he would have been, because you mean to tell me that he wasn't like, where's Vision?
Right. Like, what the fuck is happening? But like, I'm worried now. I'm totally worried that they're gonna fuck up. I'm worried they're gonna fuck up Thor, right? I'm worried about that.
I'm going to say this much. I saw the trailer like a trailer the third time was at the cinemas, and I still was not impressed.
But why don't you show the fucking villain? I don't understand. And here's the thing: he learned his lesson. He lost, like he found who he is, like in Ragnarok. So now, how could he go backwards? Like, how could he now go search for who he is again?
Right. It's the same story. Every Thor movie is the same story. It's him trying to find himself, and it's like, dude.
How many times are you gonna fucking find yourself, asshole? Like, Jesus.
I would give Multiverse of Madness. I gave it a 7.5.
I know.
I gave the same here. Same here, Chris.
And I gotta listen. Yeah. I told you, and I said this to my kids. I fucking went into it thinking this was going to be perfect. Because remember how you would tell me this, and I'm like, this can't be. Remember, I was like, they can't make Skull Witch this. They can't do this, right? Yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be, oh my God, fucking Professor X is going to be the greatest thing. Fantastic Four, old shit, right? I just kept saying this movie's going to be the fucking best shit ever. I couldn't fucking wait to see it, right? Give a fuck, I was working, whatever, right? I was so heartbroken when I'm watching this movie and I'm like, oh God, don't tell me he just thought the Vishanti's fucking doesn't exist. Are you kidding me? What didn't he use it? And I'm like, oh my God, now I gotta watch Doctor Strange and I watch everything because I gotta see now how much that Sam Raimi really fucked up. Because now, if we go back now and we watch fucking Doctor Strange and we find out that they're telling him about the Vishanti, he's studying the Vishanti.
I think it was mainly the Agamotto. I don't think they said Vishanti and Doctor Strange.
Well, I just first of all, if he's Sorcerer Supreme, he should know shit that other people don't, and the fact that he's like an idiot, and then Wong knows the Vishanti. I mean, look, here's the thing: he wasn't a shitty Sorcerer Supreme. They all thought highly of him, like he was going to be great. And even though the thing happened, the snap, the blip, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? He should have been Sorcerer Supreme again, like immediately. But for whatever technicality, Wong's got to retain that. So that means Wong has to die in order to lose the title.
You know what really worried me? I was afraid they were going to do this. You remember the scene at the beginning where they're at the wedding and the doctor from the first one sits next to him and he's like, was that really the only way you could have beaten Thanos? And he kind of looked at him funny. I was like, don't
say it wasn't. Yeah, I
fucking go down this road.
I definitely don't do it. That. No, I don't want to know. Look, he did some shit in the comics too. I don't want to know that there was other ways and he was lazy. But let me ask you. My son just said something to me. So we need to clear this up, and you probably, because you're a huge Doctor Strange fan, you could probably clear this up for me, because I admit, am I wrong, or because I thought he became the Sorcerer Supreme at the end of Doctor Strange? Joe's saying he never was Sorcerer Supreme. But didn't the Ancient One told the Hulk, the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange?
She said that he was going to be the best of them.
The best Sorcerer Supreme.
And then Wong made a joke in No Way Home about how he became the Sorcerer Supreme on a technicality. And the joke was that Strange was the Sorcerer Supreme until...
That's what I thought that was. Real. Yeah. Right. But that's real. He was Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes.
Okay, so Joe, that's it. In the MCU, he was Sorcerer Supreme.
But now he's not. Now he's...
But there is references that he's the Sorcerer Supreme, right?
He also, in Infinity War, he refers to himself as the Master of the Mystic Arts, too. So,
right, so that Master of Mystic Arts is another name for Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes.
Yes, I know that. But, all right, so that's your answer, Joe. He was. Which now I'm going to go back and watch it.
But you know what they could do? You know what they could do, though? They could at any point go back and be like, well...
He wasn't really.
Yeah, exactly. They could be like, well, when the Ancient One died,
It was
Wong
just a
became the
crack.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Bullshit. Who was Sorcerer
Because
Supreme?
she promoted him to Master of the New York Sanctum in Doctor Strange because the Master died, and she was like, "This Sanctum has no Master, Master Strange."
Right.
And he was like, "What?" And then when she died, it was like, "Well, he's the Sorcerer Supreme now."
Correct.
Because he's also the only one who was able to use the Eye of
She
Agamotto.
was the Sorcerer Supreme, obviously.
Yes. Yep.
The Ancient One.
Yep.
So he was the new Sorcerer Supreme.
And even Wong in the first movie, when Strange was when he first used the Eye of Agamotto, and he started breaking reality, Wong comes in there, and him and Mordo go in the room, and they're like, you can't do that. But Wong doesn't scold him. He's like, Strange, you were born for this. Like nobody else could have done what you did.
Right.
So like, yeah.
So he was Sorcerer Supreme.
He was.
Which I thought I was pretty confident it was, but okay. But I'm gonna go watch it back. I'm sure Joe's gonna go watch it too.
I watched it again a couple of days ago, like before I went to see Multiverse of Madness, and I still think it's one. Like I know I'm biased, but I still think it's one of the better. I think it's a very underrated Marvel movie.
I love Doctor Strange movie. Fucking loved it.
Yeah. That ending.
Listen, I never wanted to fucking hate this movie. I don't think anybody understands that. Like, I'm just very upset with it. I'm very upset with it. People thought I wasn't gonna like Hawkeye. I fucking loved it, but maybe I'm biased. I love Hawkeye. Maybe that's why I'm biased.
None of us here go into movies with the intention of hating them.
Yeah. Right.
Remember how we
no, wait a minute. We did. What was the movie we did? Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
No. We did go into a movie hating it. Remember what was that movie?
See that. To be clear, I didn't go see Batman vs Superman. I knew it was going to be bad after the second trailer.
No, there was like, what was the movie we were so
well, I knew I was going to.
We were right anyway, though.
I knew that.
I don't remember. I know we went into Ghostbusters.
I remember we were fucking hating on something. So that's not a cover that there has been a movie, at least one, that we went in fucking hating.
Well, I knew I wasn't going to like Rise of Skywalker, but, that was a given.
Wow. Last Jedi fucking destroyed it for me. And then for some reason, I started watching that after all this time that I've never seen it again, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I went back and watched Kylo Ren, right? I don't agree with this whole what the fuck happened, but I went back and watched it, and I'm like, man, why did I have to kill this fucking guy? Why the fuck? Right? I'm like, fuck this up. Why? Why did you fuck this up? And then they can't bring him back. So they do bring him back, and they can bring anybody back. You Force Ghost, and now you fucking.
Oh, he's coming. He's coming back. They're already ready to do it.
Oh, bring him back to life purely?
Oh yeah.
What's happening? Oh. So in a movie, they're gonna bring Kylo Ren back.
You're kind of breaking up there, Joe. I don't know.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm the only one who was seeing that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just on my side.
But
okay, maybe I'll shut my camera off. Maybe it's a lot of energy. All about that. Maybe can you hear me now?
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying they're bringing Kylo Ren back?
Well, let me just kind of tell you some of the stuff that's been happening recently in Star Wars. There's this book coming out it's a book that takes place between 6 and 7, and it has to do with Luke and Lando looking for like Sith artifacts and stuff like that, right? And there's a scene in this book where Luke and Lando go to Tython, which was the planet that Grogu and Din Djarin went to in The Mandalorian, where Grogu made contact with Luke. Okay. They go to that area, and Luke sits on the Seeing Stone, the same one that Grogu sat on, and his mind is basically transported to Exegol, which is the planet in The Rise of Skywalker, okay, where Palpatine is. When he gets there, he's confronted by these like dark, like spirits that are supposed to be. I guess they're because it's a dark side nexus. They have dark side defenses and stuff.
Okay.
And so Luke basically has a lightsaber duel with these things. And at first he's winning, but then they start to overwhelm him, right? And just as they're about to kill him, another Force Ghost shows up, and vanquishes them, like just literally makes them run away. And it's Anakin. And so they're implying here that on some level of reality in the Star Wars universe, Force ghosts are basically just like able to just move around and fight other beings and stuff like that.
Wow.
So
okay.
There's another part of Star Wars 2 where they keep doing this idea of returning to some form of life.
Didn't I say they were going to do that though? Didn't I say if you didn't actually die and you just gave yourself to the Force could put you back?
No. They're saying like even if you were actually dead, that you could come back. Like it has nothing to do with being a Force ghost. It really has nothing to do with the Force at all. It's like there's a way you can come back.
Oh.
It's a weird.
So
like, there's a couple.
So when he comes back, he's Ben Solo, obviously, right?
I would imagine so.
So, okay.
I shouldn't say it has nothing to do with the Force at all. It does, but it's not directly through the Force. It's like you use the Force to power.
First of all, the way that should have ended was he shouldn't have died.
Oh yeah,
and she should have put him in the back of the tank or some shit, and they should have brought his body back to whatever and brought him back.
I still say that they should have ended it with her and him having kids, and they were twins.
That's what I thought.
There's how you get Jason and Jaina.
Well, he could have said, yeah. If you're gonna say Solo, he should have said Skywalker, whatever.
She should have just said her name was Rey. Like that should have been the thing. Like I'm Rey. That's who I am.
I'm Rey. That's it. I'm not a fucking Skywalker or Palpatine, anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fucked that up though.
You know, they started filming Ahsoka yesterday too.
I know. Holy shit. Here's the thing though, Chris. I'm so, you know the way I am with the old Star Wars lore and everything, and like, I'm so worried about Darth Vader and Obi-Wan's 2 battles coming up, right? I'm really petrified because I feel like this is not supposed to happen, but there was no definitive thing that it didn't happen, correct?
Yeah, they actually fought in the old canon too.
Right. So in other words, they leave it open-ended where it's possibility, but we kind of assumed that they didn't, right? We kind of assumed that when it was the thing on lava, you know, like that was
no. There was a story in Legends where they fought in between 3 and 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. But I'm worried. I don't know what to think. I still didn't see certain things with Star Wars because I was like, you know, I thought Boba Fett is one way, you know, and I just can't see.
Well, that show was very odd to me. Like,
no, but my point is, like, as a kid, Boba Fett was one of my favorite characters, right? And it's like, and I bought everything. I bought Slave One. I bought the figures. Right? But like he never fucking talked hardly, right? It was always a couple one-liners, whatever. But not that he's going to be ruling a whole fucking. And now we're going to see his face and. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. This is destroying me. Like, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't see it, you know, and I cheated. I saw, you know, but it's like, I don't know, man. I'm so fucking up and down with Star Wars right now.
It's difficult. It's difficult because it's so inconsistent. You'll get something really good.
I want to get back into it, then I don't want to get back into it. Like, you know, I enjoyed the first season of Mandalorian, right? But I wasn't into, like, because I was just so upset with fucking Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. I just felt like they just fucking shit up. That I just, you know, and I did like Rise of Skywalker. I mean, I was happy as a kid. I was like, oh, Emperor, that's cool, but it kind of ruins the whole Chosen One defeat, and you know.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it's cool to see the Emperor. This is cool. But you know, I was happy the way it ended, but not happy that she calls up Skywalker. Or she should have been a Kenobi, not a fucking Palpatine.
That was the way. I think that was the way they were going to go. And I'm telling you right now, I have a funny feeling that when this Obi-Wan thing was still an Obi-Wan movie, I honestly think it was going to be the story of who he met and had a child with.
And there's no way they can change that. They can't make it like right?
Nope. Unless they do a heavy retcon, which I think would probably be a bad move, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
At least she wasn't a reincarnation of Anakin. That would have been a
Yeah.
disaster.
I would have
I
preferred
still
that.
think the
so
two of
much
them
more.
should have switched sides in the second one, and then by the
I
third
still
one,
don't understand why she can't be possessed by Palpatine if he wanted her to kill him anyway.
She can be. But the
Okay.
implication was that because she was empowered by all the other Jedi, that they prevented that
Right.
from happening.
Yeah,
Which is,
I get it.
whatever.
Stupid, whatever. Yeah. So, in other words, the Jedi could be around if they're dead, but the Sith can't.
Yeah, because the Sith don't know how to become one with the Force after death. Their whole thing is trying to maintain life.
When they're alive, they're more powerful than the Jedi sometimes.
Yeah, and it
But
has
now
to,
when
it has
they're
to do it has to do with the whole dark side thing. Like you want to like keep your life intact, whereas the Jedi are like if you give into the Force, you can retain your consciousness after death, but you become one with the Force and that whole thing.
Yeah, I guess. So now, what's the future of Marvel MCU? What do you think? Like, what are the flops and what are the successes? I mean, the next. I'm hearing bad things about She-Hulk.
Yeah,
I'm hearing bad things about Ms. Marvel, right?
I think Miss Marvel is next.
Well, I heard that Captain Marvel was delayed and switched with Ant-Man 3,
it
right?
Did, yeah, it did. Yeah.
the fact they had to call it the way they did proves you how much they have faith in it.
So I mean, is it?
I gotta tell you, I'm not excited for a lot of Marvel stuff. To be honest with you,
you and me both. You and me both.
Maybe
Yeah,
Blade.
Miss Marvel, I'm not.
I'm more excited. She-Hulk, I'm on the fence. I'm like you. I'm on the fence with.
Well, what's the consensus about Eternals? Are they considering a sequel?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But I don't.
But they're
think
not.
That's
they're
the
gonna.
last we've seen of them, though.
Oh, really? They're not
No.
going to appear again. They're going to appear again. You think?
I think so. Yeah.
In what?
I don't know, but there's no way they cast Harry Styles as whoever he's playing and not use him.
And what about Kit Harington? I mean, where is he going to appear with the Black Man again? Is he going to?
Blade.
He's going to appear in Blade.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And allegedly he may show up in Midnight Suns because apparently that's something they're doing.
They're doing a Midnight Suns movie.
Yep. Or a show on Disney Plus. I heard it. It would be a show on
Disney
Disney
Plus. To me, it should go to Disney Plus.
So what's the next big thing next? Is it going to be A versus X, like Avengers versus X-Men, or is it going to be Secret Wars?
I think this is all leading to Secret Wars, but they got to have stuff in between that.
Like A versus X.
Yeah.
Meaning with Wanda, maybe the Avengers getting involved protecting Wanda. But would Doctor Strange protect Wanda from another universe?
I think so. If she's still
Really?
alive, which I think she is. I think she basically redeemed herself at the end of that movie.
Even though she killed like tons of sorcerers.
Yeah. Because I think he's gonna chalk a lot of it up to her being corrupted by the Darkhold.
Right, so they're going to try to. So in other words, the Avengers will take the stance of whoever's the Avengers. Well, we don't know because we don't really have the original Avengers, do we? I mean, by the time, like, is the even Avengers going to know who she is? Right? I mean, like the new Avengers.
Really. Yeah.
So I mean, you see, this is why this is going to be a fucking mess because I said once Captain America returns the stone to the Red Skull, he finds it's the Red Skull. He ain't giving it back. This is going to be a fucking. Something's going to happen. There's going to be some fucking battle, and then he's going to be like, I'm going to give it back to you, but I want her soul back. And that's another thing, too. How are you going to work the thing with Gamora also? Because they got a different Gamora.
That's apparently going to be explained in Guardians Volume 3.
But are they going to... But isn't it a thing where they should... Like, someone from another universe can't stay in the fucking universe? Because would it cause an incursion?
I think that was kind of a confusing point. Apparently, it's like... It only causes an incursion if like they do something with the Darkhold or something like that.
If it's magic based.
Oh,
it's a very
so it's
weird
not gonna
thing.
it's not gonna like her being there is not gonna
technically she's not from another universe, she's from another timeline, which is different from a universe.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's not she's from the same universe, but just a different timeline.
Different point in time.
Yeah.
Oh, so now we're doing fucking weird shit now like that? So in other words, she's our Gamora, you're saying?
She's our Gamora,
but she hadn't gotten to the standpoint in which she was in the second or so movie.
So she's not from another universe, she's from an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Same thing like Loki's our Loki, or no?
Loki's from a different timeline.
Technically, he's from a different timeline.
But he's our Loki.
Yeah,
That's getting confusing now.
it is. It's very
confusing.
That's why
So-
the end of Loki is very strange because it's like, are there?
So is it like
universes?
616B?
Yeah, but it's gone, so it doesn't matter.
What's gone?
The universe that Loki came from is gone.
Yeah.
But he's not gone.
No, he's not gone, but they destroyed his timeline.
He was in the
That was
Nexus
the first
when
timeline we saw
all this
destroyed.
stuff was happening.
Okay, so that timeline's destroyed,
Yep.
but he's still alive.
Yeah, because they took him out of there.
Yeah.
When
He was
when-
there.
So
yeah,
so what would that have been a 616B?
technically, yes, it would have been a universe where Loki got away. Cap was told
So
about
so
Bucky
so we
early.
have universes like 616, 617, 618, right?
Yeah,
And then we have a
Subgroups.
branch subgroups. That's how that works?
I guess you can. The way that I'm imagining it right now, until they clarify a lot of the stuff, is that you have totally separate universes, right? But in each of those universes, they can each have multiple timelines.
But can't they have universes where it's so divergent from the other ones that because the way the Doctor Strange is talking to it's like, oh, in every friggin' universe they're talking about, like especially Christine, right? She said, let's just say, for example, that there is only 838 timelines, right? I'm sorry, universes, right?
Yeah.
Because that was 838, right?
Yep.
So in all 838, he never winds up with Christine, right? That's what she was basically implying, that they just don't get together. She watched on
At least
United or
what they
some shit.
know, like at least what they know,
Right.
But you have to
But there's
remember
gotta be like totally fucking different universes that shit don't, because like we're trying to say how Wanda got into WandaVision in that universe when she's not, like, I mean, the Avengers don't exist, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it would still have to be, she would go through the same shit she went through in our universe to get there.
not
right?
necessarily.
Or some, I guess, similar, but like her losing the vision, right?
Well, we don't know.
And then having
we have
and bringing
no
it back.
idea.
Well, it's just so weird. I don't know.
Because again, they did say this, and I give the movie credit for this. It's like America said. She was like, "Don't assume anything. You know nothing
Right.
when you go into another universe. You know, it's
Right.
totally.
Well, like the red is meaning go, and
Yeah.
green is stop, right?
You know, Bruce Campbell. You know, his hands are beating him up now. You know what?
I mean, that just I felt that was a wasted cameo, but okay.
Oh man.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, no, not again.
No, I would love to see him, but I just don't. I want him to see him in a cameo that's worthy of a cameo. Like,
You don't know how much
I mean,
I was hoping that, like, on his name tag it said like A. Williams or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes.
please.
I know they're not allowed to do that though.
I know. That would have been great, though.
Why, Daniel? Why you were upset that they said Earth was 616? That's what it is. Oh, don't pay attention to that bullshit about MCU being Earth 1999, whatever. Yes.
Yeah, we knew that it was 616 back.
Yeah.
from
We
Far
knew it
From
was
Home.
616.
Somehow Mysterio knew that for a fact.
Oh, well, he did name it 616, right?
How did
Yeah.
he know that? How the fuck did he know that?
Yeah, that's another fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck did he know it was 616? Right. Because the all-powerful Vulture is the master of the universe.
Exactly. The Vulture is like the Watcher.
And you know what the
He
funny
knows
thing
everything.
was? That out of the blue, I think you saw, right? I was supposed to, okay, here's the thing. You know I'm in competition, right, with the gaming, right?
Mhm.
But I got tired of hearing, I didn't see this, I didn't see that, I didn't see this. Why am I not seeing this? What's the matter with you? Why can't you see these Marvel stuff? So I said, fuck it, I've had it. I'm going to fucking watch everything, right, Chris?
Yeah.
So I saw fucking Hawkeye. I saw fucking Moon Knight. Like within 24 hours, right? I saw fucking Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, I got to get ready so I could see Doctor Strange, right? But the one thing I didn't see was Morbius. But I do know what happened, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, like I've been saying to everybody, it felt like a B movie. It felt like a B story.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna so at the expense, if anybody wants to know the results of it, at the expense of getting caught up almost, I fucking hurt myself dramatically in my gaming fucking quest. That really fucking crippled me almost, right? Because here's the thing: you when you're competing like that, and I'm spending money, right, to get these games. If I lose a day or two, that's real. Like you don't know how hard it is to get back, right?
Yeah.
So, but I said, fuck it, I don't care. So I still got to see Morbius. But
Do you really have to, though? I mean,
yeah.
You
Well, no. Then I think Joe brought up a point. I didn't see fucking Dark Phoenix, and I didn't see New
Why?
Mutants.
don't want why you don't. They don't mean anything.
Well, I know, but I still didn't see them, and I see everything, so I got to see them too, I guess.
Well, I mean, if
Right?
you want to see them, no
Yeah.
doubt. But I mean, it's not like these things are going to be relevant,
Well, I understand
in
that.
Marvel anyway.
and when
Right.
you see
It's
New
not like I have to go
Mutants,
watch-
you're going to be quite pissed. I can definitely say.
Well, it's not like I could have to go back and watch Agents of Shield, even though it's not canon, Billy. But
Oh damn!
no, Billy. No. Me and Billy. Listen, I do want to say this, right? Me and Billy joke around, whatever, and then sometimes people think it's serious, like we're really fucking battling. But when push comes to shove, like Billy contacted me, right? I love Billy, right? He's fucking awesome friends. He's an awesome member of the Real Hoobie's cast. We're never going to fucking. It's never going to be serious where our rivalry is going to destroy our friendship, or the fact that he's an honorary member of the Real Hoobie's, right? So it looks like it gets ugly, right? But it's not really, right? It's not. It's not. So I do want to say, I love you, Billy, and my heart goes out to you. He's going through a lot of stuff lately. You're fucking awesome, man, and I'm always got your back, and I'm always here for you, and whatever you need, I can give you. And that's
I will say this though, to Billy's credit there, them saying that the Darkhold was a copy does make Agents of Shield a little bit closer to the canon.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And you know what? It was very rough for me and him the other day because we both lost our moms, and it was Mother's Day, and I could not. Every year it's difficult, but this past one was really bad, and I could not even post about anything because I was just not strong enough to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But some years it hits, and I could not even say anything about how my mom was the greatest mom in the universe, and I love her and everything. I just could not. I was not strong enough to say anything about anything. So I kind of just was like kept to myself and just. But I saw Billy. His mom died, and it was very rough too, and it was rough for both of us. So we had that connection, and it's like, my heart is there for you, Billy. So and he went through stuff, with his family.
Like I always said with Mom, is that I don't know where she's pretty much 3 sheets to the wind, and after her passing, she had like a urn with a view on my sister's mantle at some point in time. So
yeah. But we do, and again, I it's because of work that the Real Hoobie's cast has not happened.
And we do have a new Doctor Who.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I don't want to say it on here because I want to try to keep it separate. I am going to do a Real Hoobie's cast as soon as we can. It's not going to be long. It's going to be 5 minutes, only because I have right. I'll try to do it another day. I was going to. Do you guys want to do a quick one?
I have to get going.
You have to go. All right, me and Sky, you want to do a 5-minute one? We'll do like a 5-minute one.
5-y.
All right, we have to announce it and everything, even though I announced it on my channel anyway. So we're gonna do that. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. It was great talking to Chris and Scott again. We're gonna do more. All right, thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.